Hi everyone. I have the timer from now on because I found that gosh, we need to turn down some of this volume. There we go. I found that it just gives people time to like gather. I'm probably gonna pull down the counter a little bit more so the videos aren't like, 15 minutes, 20 minutes of just silence. So sorry about that. So thank you for those who are still here. Today we're going to be playing Sunless Skies. For those who don't know, it's a really fun narrative game. It's either a companion piece or a sequel to, I can't remember which, to Sunless Seas. And Sunless Seas is also a really, really great game. So Sunless Skies, though, you are in a endless void. Aren't we all? Existentially. And you're in an endless void, and you're in a locomotive, and it's a locomotive that's going through the sky, and you gather crew and you play. And now those who don't know, in Sunless Seas you would have a captain, and that captain would go through his or her their lifespan, and they would leave a will and eventually have people who took over for them when they died. In this one, you can actually save or continue. I have a game that's been going on for a while. We're going to do a new game. I think it's going to override the old game, but for you guys, you're worth it. Also, I haven't played in a while, so it would do good for me. So we're going to do a new game. Now we can do, if you die, I can only continue as a new captain. So that's the original campaign. Or we can do the merciful campaign, which is when we, whenever we die, we get to reload with a new captain, or we get to reload, or we can continue with a new captain. We do one or the other. So we can kind of decide as we go with that one. So I think I'm going to go with the merciful campaign. Just because anybody watching this may not, know a lot about this game, not just now, but after the fact. And it would be helpful, I would assume, to know a little bit more about it. With the legacy campaign, it basically, you die and you have to you will die. I mean, this game is brutal. With the legacy campaign, you can leave a trail of things for your new captain to get, and a will and things like that. But with this one, you can just reload every time you save, which is when you're on a dock. So we're gonna do the merciful campaign. We're gonna do moderate aiming assistance because I'm not very good. We're gonna make this just a little bit easier for us, I think, rather than just the default. Just because I want this to be enjoyable and kind of entertaining for anyone watching now or after the fact. So, all right, we've got our stuff loaded up and we're starting. Log of Her Majesty's locomotive, the Orphan, March 14th, 1905. Our expedition to the domains of the dead has been eventful. The Orphan was damaged and is grievous need of repairs and supplies. We are returning in haste to the Reach, where I hope to make port in New Winchester. May God be with us, for 1,000 deaths wait in the sky. Final entry of Captain Amelia. And I didn't get to finish that because I didn't read fast enough. I was trying. Okay, so here we are. You can't zoom in or out. This is just where we're at. wants us to get control. And the interesting thing is, I don't know how it is. If I'm going to turn down some of these sound effects. They're still really high. We'll turn the music volume up a scotch. The sound effects down and the ambient down just a little bit. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay, so, God, it's still really loud. I have a lot to learn. I am just flying blind half the time, I swear to God. Okay, so we'll bring that down to a more acceptable volume. So we don't have constant hissing in our ears. Alright, that's better. Okay, so when the map and the train will not orient. So right now I'm just holding down A. If I go forward, I'll essentially go towards myself. It's kind of against most gamer logic because, you know, we think that will turn us around. But so these are just basic controls, and we're gonna go into port because this is where we're starting. It is the Blue Kingdom Relay. You start somewhere random, and the cool thing about this is it's not only a narrative game, but it's also like a random, you know, generated game. You can get, like, if we look at our map, if I could, oh, I don't think I have one yet. I think I have to dock first. So here we are. We're docking at our station, the Blue Kingdom Transit Relay. This is the transit relay to and from the Blue Kingdom, a distant region of heaven still ruled by a sun. Few travel there. It is unwelcoming and uncanny. I like both those things. I don't know why. There's something wrong with me that I like both those things, and may actually explain a lot of my choices in life. Anyway, thanks to the lack of traffic, many London officials consider this a cushy post. Those stationed here are in good favor with the department. So we can remain in the Reach, or we can recall to our recent arrival through the relay, and with frantic flight that preceded it. I don't really know where we are, and I'm not really sure what's happening. I didn't get to make a captain, which was kind of weird to me. I don't know. Normally it lets me do that, so I don't really know what happened there. A narrow escape. The orphan recently arrived through the relay and is in a state of duress, having had I thought I did. Normally, I don't know. I don't know what happened here. This was... I keep failing streams, I swear, even on games that I've played forever. Whatever it was the captain did, there is incensed the local authorities. They pursued you to the relay and tried to close in while you were mid-passage. You barely made it out. What's more, the attempt to close the relay has damaged it. No travel will be possible in either direction until it's repaired. I wonder. This is a little odd, and I don't remember this part, but they have done some. Oh, you know what? I think I know what's happening. Okay, let's just go. We're actually. We know who we are. We're the captain. We have no officers, but we're this captain from the beginning who I just read, the one chick. And this is that was her last journal entry. The name of the ship is the Orphan. So let's just see what happens, because like I don't have a lot of hull, I don't have a lot of fuel, I'm in a lot of bad places, and I don't have anywhere to go, so I'm not really sure what's going to happen. You've returned to the Reach, an untamed, sunless span of heavens, London's new frontier, a celestial garden run wild. Your journal back from the Blue Kingdom was tumultuous. Your locomotive is damaged, and Captain Whitlock badly wounded. So my captain is badly wounded, and I'm running out of stuff. This is how I am remembering. Ah, no! Oh God! Oh my God! That was very narrow. That was so narrow. The first officer, the crew looked to you. The nearest station is New Winchester. Can we make it? Oh my God. No, I'm not toggling cruise control. You can't toggle cruise control. Oh, we got some fuel. That's good. Did you look at our map yet? Oh, so the maps. This game is fun because it's like, screw you. You don't need no map. God, the music. I don't know if you guys can hear it as loudly as I can, but it is loud on my end. So, I forgot what I was even talking about. The Osmodeus. A wreck drifts here, less fortunate than you. We could scavenge her for repairs, suggests one of the crewmen. The wreck hangs in the sky, pocketed with recent gunfire. You and the boarding party don your sky suits, garments of waxed canvas lined with felt to protect against the cold of the sky. Two of the crew are whispering as they dress. What business does Captain Whitlock have in the Blue Kingdom anyway? Why the devil did we trespass on the districts of the dead? You silence him. Now is not the time. So let's leap across the wreck. You jump. Your stomach lurches with vertigo as the stars blaze above you. As the stars blaze above you and below. The air of the heavens is thin and torn by unpredictable winds. Then your boots hit the running board of the Osmodeus, and your leather-gloved hand fumble for a hold. One of your companions throws you a line, and you lash the two engines together. Only then do the rest of the boarding party follow you. One of them forces open an exterior hatch, and you clamber inside. Her interior is cold, unlit, and whistles with wind. Your party's lamps spread buttery light over the narrow, paneled passages. You make your way towards the hold, stepping over bodies crumpled in the corridor. Unfortunately, your way is blocked. A bulkhead has been mangled inward as well by a well-aimed barrage, so we can clear the obstruction. Now, another cool thing about this game is it's kind of it's dice roll based. So like depending on like what skills you take later, like what your character does, who they know, just like a myriad of things, what they may have, you will get different options for things like this. And by the way, I just want to say, if I am pronouncing any of these strange names incorrectly, I apologize. I've been known to call asparagus asparagus, so like just remember that as we go forward. Like, I have trouble with any language, doesn't matter what it is. I'm pretty sure this is Osmodeus, but I could be very, very wrong. I might just be thinking of like, rock me Amadeus, oh Amadeus, 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 but we're not going to go into Duran Duran right now. Except I just did. Moving on to this very serious game that we're playing on Sunday with no sun, because that's what we're doing. Oh, well, thank you for that, Roman. And for anyone who is here, Roman, friendly admin friend, Sunless Sundays, yes. Did I say Saturdays? I probably did. I'm very tired. Anyway, Roman here is a good friend and streamer friend of mine, and you should check out his Twitch as well, because he's really cool and he actually got me into this. So, moving on. So we have a number of, well, not a number, we have two options. He's so humble. He's probably like sitting there like covering his face, like, shut up, stop talking about me. I want to disappear into nothing. But I like promoting him when I can, because he's a dope dude who like has really helped me out a lot. All right, so You can locate the length of rope to use a pry bar and set it to work. This will test my iron skill. Iron skill is the confronting and overcoming. So we have a 75% chance. Lead your party on a more precarious path. You go back out into the Asmodeus' hall, climb past the blockage, and enter through a window on the far side, and do so carefully. Veils is the skill of deceiving and invading. So we have an equal chance. I say we just go for brute force on this one. I don't feel like sneaking around a hall or around an endless void. I just feel like that's dumb. And we succeeded. A memory. As you strain against the stubborn steel, you remember an event from a year ago. A boiler explosion had trapped an engineer under a tangle of plating and pipework. The captain was first on the scene. You were second. Together you managed to pry the wreckage upwards enough for you to crawl beneath, while the captain braced the bar across her neck. By all means, take your time, she grunted as you dragged the engineer out. Back in the present, the twisted bulkhead yields. Your companions clear the exposed rubble way. The way is clear. You've reached the Asmodeus' hold, a ruin of smashed cargo and spilled supplies. Hopefully, somewhere amidst the detritus, you can find parts to repair the orphan and restock your stores. Conduct a thorough search. Your companions work quickly. The Asmodeus' hull has begun to creak. Your actions on board may have compromised its integrity. Renewed. You find enough food and gear to restock your supplies and enough spare parts to make necessary repairs to the orphan. The food will need to be thoroughly thawed, of course, but you've eaten worse in the skies. Ho-ho! Cries one of your party, prying the lid off a long crate. It holds a cannon! Still nestled in straw, another crewman pulls a battered bird cage from the pile of ruined cargo. Within the cage, something winged and furred opens a sullen eye. You examine your finds. So we have +4 supplies, +15 hull. So we're in pretty good condition. The Asmodeus admits a long, juddering creak. Your boarding party exchanged nervous glances. From the chaos of its holds, you have retrieved repairs and supplies and discovered some useful equipment. A gun could be mounted on your locomotive and an educated bat. So we can mount the Jerusalem cannon to the orphan. Her own weapons were damaged during your flight from the Blue Kingdom. That leaves you vulnerable. You can claim both this and the bat. Okay, so we can claim both. So we'll claim this one. We're going to mount it to the orphan. The collateral in Hershey Jerusalem fires single shells to a good range, more or less accurately. More or less, guys. Don't worry. We're going to be more or less accurate in this void of stars. You order 2 of your party to get it back to your vessel and fit it immediately. The Asmodeus groans again. The structure shudders spasmically. All right. Liberate a defendant. Is that it? Defendant bat and employ it as a scout. The heavens are wide, so locomotives use scouts, like bats, to locate things of interest. Ports, resources, wrecks like this one to scavenge. Eyes in the sky. The bat treats its rescue as an inconvenience and immediately begins haggling over pay. You offer to put it back in its damned cage and leave it on the Asmodeus, at which point it becomes more polite. You doubt it will last. I wonder if it becomes an indifferent bat at some point. The Asmodeus admits a long, juddering creak. Your boarding party exchange nervous glances. From the chaos of his hold, you've retrieved repairs, supplies, and discovered some useful equipment. Okay, so we already did this. So we can either press onto the engine room and find more. You might find more fuel there, but we'd better hurry. The Asmodeus is beginning to tear apart. or we can return to the orphan. It's too dangerous to stay. I say it's too dangerous to stay. I kind of want to be risky because I'm in a stream and feeling, risky like. I'm always safe, so let's not be safe. Okay. The wreck of the Amadeus screeches as his metal buckles and tears. You press on through the shuddering corridors, searching frantically for the engine room. Oh boy. Okay, so these are only 50% chances. So we can send a smaller party ahead to retrieve the fuel. It's foolish for all of you to go, since you're quickest and lightest to retrieve the fuel while the rest of you return to the orphan. Or we can send the rest of the boarding party back to the orphan, and I can go alone. So, I mean, I kind of want to be like, you guys, like, go ahead, take care of this. I'm going back. But at the same time, like, my honor dictates every part of me, like, do it myself. Oh, and of course it fails. Oh. The engine room is gray with spilled ash and littered with corpses. Little has survived the Asmodeus' ruin. You search fruitlessly for coal, but linger too long. As the wreck is racked with final violent tremors, you race back to the orphan. With a dying groan, the Asmodeus splits in two, sending shards of splintered plating spinning into the sky. Several of them bite into the orphan, mauling the hull. Stroking your engines, you steam away from the collapsing wreck. You're restocked, at least, and rearmed. So we lost some of our hull, but I guess that's just like what I get. Alright, so we press F to send out our scout. See if he finds anything. He'll come back. He takes food, though, so the scouts discovered something. It's on our chart, so it'll show in our journal. And then this is just saying, like, the profiles and stuff have all opened up for me. So it looks like we discovered a port right over here. This might be the port we're looking for, so that's good. What's the profile? We're working on the journal, so it looks like we want to go this. Oh! Summoned by Captain Whitlock. The walls of the captain's cabin are lined with a hodgepodge of curios from across the sky. Captain Whitlock lies in bed. Black marks cover her skin like a monstrous brand. When she coughs, coils of acrid smoke pour from her lungs. Inquire after the captain's injuries. The locomotive's doctor attends her. Her lips are tight. Approach the bedside. The captain opens her eyes as you draw near. She attempts to smile. I'm going to ask about her injuries. Oh, I already went over the journal, Roman. I think you missed it. It's taking a minute to take a delicious drink of something I'm not allowed to say out loud, but it is something very delicious from the hills, very water hill drink, water hill carbonated drink. No, you'll see what happens. We're actually not playing Captain Whitlock. We are half right now, but I forgot how this opens, and I remember now. So just, like, stay with me. But yeah, just taking a minute, talking a lot. I hope you guys like the background. I've been trying to do some customizable backgrounds for the games that I want to play more regularly. So, hello, hi. Catastrophically Emma. Sorry, I need reading glasses very much. But that's a separate issue. Hello. Yes, this is an amazing game. Welcome. I don't know if you were here earlier. That's true. I'm actually reading it out loud for this playthrough, but I will note that and probably make some changes. Thank you for that. I really do appreciate it. I'm new to streaming, so I'm more of a creative type. But I do love gaming. So thank you. I'll make it bigger, like a wider to next time, because I do plan on doing this every Sunday. Because I enjoy it. So yes, thank you for that. I do appreciate it. You're awesome. Oh, and you followed me. Oh, you're a dolly. Thank you so much. Oh, you're so sweet. Okay. I like this person. All right. So here we are. We inquired about the captain's injuries. The brand. A word of living fire pursued the orphan across the Blue Kingdom. It caught you just before you passed through the transit relay to the Reach and set its brand upon the captain. It's burned itself right through her, the doctor whispers. When I closed the worst of her wounds, I could see the sign it seared into her bones and her organs. Judging from her symptoms, it's on the inside of her lungs, too. The captain leans to one side and vomits a plume of fire into a copper bowl. There is nothing the doctor can do. Okay, so now she draws us near and she's attempting to smile. That's good for her. You go, girl, because I definitely wouldn't be smiling in this situation. Her mouth is blistered from the blue fires that dance on her tongue. Her hand grips your arm. Her skin is hot as a kettle. Made arrangements. The orphan will be yours. Her voice is just a rasp of burned meat breath. Burned meat breath. Let's all pause and appreciate that. Burned meat breath. But promise. She breaks off to scream a word in a language that was not made for human mouths. When she resumes speaking English, she's weaker, her request little more than a gasp. Promise me one last service. Promise. Okay. So are we just going to promise her something? Or are we going to be like, sure, yeah. We can either go, promise her you will obey her last command. Whatever it is, you'll see it done. Make no promises. Tell her to rest. She will need all her strength. There's a hospital in New Winchester. They can help her. Somehow I don't think so. Pull away. What if her condition is contagious? Demand to know why she took the orphan to the Blue Kingdom. It was folly to visit one of the lands of the dead. Now you will all be paying the price. What do we do? I'm going to promise to do her last command. I'm just going to do it. Going to just be like, yeah, let's whatever you say, Captain, who apparently did something very foolish. She sinks back relieved. All in my will, she gasped. Better, be a better. She breaks off as the signals burn into her bones flare, glowing cherry red through her flesh and skin. Better captain than I. The effort exhausts her. She sinks back into the scorched pillows in a twisting, frantic fever. All right. You have an engine to command. Because, yeah. You leave the cabin and the scorched stinks of its air behind and return to the bridge. New Winchester is further than you like, and the captain hasn't long left. Oh man, hey, it's telling me what, sometimes these are bridges, sometimes they're not. This is apparently not. Oh my god, this is embarrassing. Oh wait, I know what it's telling me to do. Oh! Right? Like, tell me what hospital has that technology. Like, hey, so I have fire on the inside of my bones. Can you maybe do something about that? Thanks. Like, I'll take an Uber Lyft over. Don't worry, I'm fine. I'm independent. I don't know. Oh, no, there's a lot of stuff coming towards me. I don't want to fight any of it. This is not great. Ah, get away. Get away. Get away. I don't know where this is. Oh, my God. Oh, freaking hell. Get away from me. All of you. You monsters. You're gonna dock Yeah, fight each other. Get the fuck away from me. Yeah, we'll just get some flame retardant bone marrow. Don't worry, it's coating. We'll just coat it on the whole thing. You'll be fine. God, that is so funny. Let me see if I can. Oh no, that might not work how I want it to, but we shall see, kiddies. No, it won't. Never mind. I was trying to. Ah! There it goes. Oh my goodness. I thought I lost everything for a minute. I was trying to edit my screen so that it was. See, I'm a newbie. I'm a total noob with this Twitch studio stuff. But I'm trying. I'm trying my hardest, and I feel like that's the best we all can do. And yeah, that's right. I'm just like making my way through the world, trying to do my hardest. Did you say bonitis? Oh my god, I just realized that. Oh my god, Roman. I was so busy being an awesome 1880s chick, I forgot to cure my fire bonitis. Okay, so we coast into the bustle, the din, the soot, and the steam of Wolversley Station. It is clogged with other engines, scrappy mining locomotives from Lustrum Way, weathered explorers gleaming with frost, sleek company vessels with bright brass fittings. No sooner have you pulled into the sidings of the brusque station master rustles over. He requests to come aboard. I must speak with your captain, he insists, brandishing a ledger, the usual formalities. Look to the orphan's doctor. Brusque. Thank you, Roman. You know I have trouble with any word. The fact that I could say the or the is kind of impressive. Let's just be brusque. Thank you. I'll try to remember that. He has appeared at your shoulder. His face is sullen, his hat in his hands. He lowers his eyes. That can't be good. The crew exchange bleak, wordless looks. The orphan itself feels suddenly more empty. The station master looks confused. You inform him that, unfortunately, Captain Whitlock has just passed. Ah, he says, neutrally. Sorry to hear that. Very sad, very sad. He waits for what he considers an appropriate minute and a half. That's the appropriate time to wait, by the way, before continuing. Alas, even amidst tragedy, the cogs of bureaucracy must turn. If Captain Whitlock is deceased, the station authority require their answers from the first officer. He dons a set of spectacles and locates his pen. It will be relatively painless. Name, background, purpose of visit, etc. Shall we begin? Ready to begin? Okay, so this is one of the cooler aspects of the game, in my opinion. I'm really big on character creation. I'm really big on games that you get to decide things. We can unpack that with a therapist later, but right now I want to explain the cool create a captain. So today, London lies between the stars. Her new empire unfolds across the heavens. But 10 years ago, before the Northern Gate was opened, before the renewed Empress let her people into the skies, it lay a vast cavern far beneath the earth, deep, dark, marvelous. Who were you then? So who were we 10 years ago? Were we a street urchin? No parents, no laws, no masters. I do like all three of those. But also no roofs over your head, no money, and often no dinner. Freedom comes at a price. You will begin with high veils, the skill of evading and deceiving. Were we a soldier? Yours was not to reason why. Yours was but to do and die. Oh, I do I need to write that down. I love that. Let's read that again. Yours was not to reason why. Yours was but to do and die. Beautiful. Beautiful. Anyway, you will begin with high iron, the skill of confronting and overcoming. We can be a poet. I'm already a poet. So, I don't know about this one. The pen, the ink, the blank monstrous page. You will have high hearts, the skill of convincing and enduring. Now that's always the part that gets me because I love both those skills in any game. I'm always high charm, so I don't know, maybe I'm just a poet at heart and I didn't know it. Or was I an academic? A student of science, the arts of philosophy. You will begin with high mirrors, the skill of investigating and deducing. I have a friend who's like that, and these are even his colors. Right there, see? Right there. There's more, though, because they've added quite a few. So were we a priest? Hymns and hymnals, Sundays and sermons. You will begin with high hearts, the skill of convincing and enduring. So I could be a priest and still have high hearts. That's good to know. A Zailer. Those are, for those who don't know, that's a reference back to Sunless Seas, which you were called a Zailer. You rove the mournful, merciless waters of the Rutricity. You will begin with high iron, the skill of confronting and overcoming. A ministry auditor. Now, I got to tell you right now, even if everybody in this chat was like, absolutely, you have to do that, I still wouldn't, and I don't care if it gives me all the gold in the game to start, because I will never be a bureaucrat. Anyway, you will start with high mirrors, skill of investigating and deducing. Or was I a revolutionary? Very brown coat, right? The world is broken. The way for the rich, another for the poor. You decide to do something about it. You will start with high veils, the skill of evading and deceiving. Well, since this is kind of like a funsy-wunsy go through and things I've never really done before, I'm going to go with a priest. I was a priest. So, okay, what kind of priest was I, though? We've got to, figure this out. You preached the word and brought the needs of the world before the church in intercession. But besides God Almighty, to whom did you answer? The bright-eyed sequencer. The new sequence was a young creed then. Now it is spread to the highest offices of the church with Her Majesty's blessing. Increases your mirrors, the skill of investigating, deducing, and affiliates us with the establishment. Fuck the establishment. We're not going to be part of that. So we're just going to nix that one out. Cross out bright-eyed sequencers. Was I a bishop of Southwark? It was illegal to hunt or harass devils. They were citizens of London like you, but the bishop did not care. I don't dig that one either. It increases the veils, deceiving and invading, and affiliates me with villainy. I don't like that. Your parishioners. Sisyphus had it easy. He never had to contend with Mrs. Quig. Oh, that's funny as hell. Sisyphus is the Greek myth about the man who was cursed to roll a boulder eternally uphill and have it roll back down upon him because he had tricked God so many times out of death. So it's Sisyphus's boulder. If anyone ever hears that, it's like if anyone ever says, I feel like I'm pushing Sisyphus's boulder, it means that they're constantly pushing up against something that is coming back down against them no matter what. I've felt that lately on a certain amount of levels, Sisyphus's boulder kind of coming down on me. But this increases the iron. So I forgot that you can kind of increase your other skills through these sub things. So we're going to go back because I really don't want to be a priest. I don't really like any of those. I did dig being a revolutionary though, because or a soldier though, because yours was not to reason why, yours was but to do or do and die. Although I would change that to do or die, because if I was a soldier, it's do or die, bitch. Like, you get in it. So what is this increase again? No, back. Confronting and overcoming. So we got high iron. So in the Royal Horse Guards, you served in the Blues, conducting labyrinthian ceremonial duties and defending Her Majesty's person. Increases your hearts, the skill of convincing and enduring, and affiliates you with Bohemia. I do like that, because I do like Bohemia. I'm not... Well, I don't know, like, I kind of wrote something a little bit like this, or whatever. In the Corps of Royal Engineers, you were a sapper, a mechanic, an architect, an inventor, all while shells flew and bullets flew. Shells fell and bullets flew. This increases my mirrors, skill of investigating, deducing, and affiliates us with the establishment. Fuck the establishment, once again. Chris Croft. In the Commissariat, an army marches on its stomach. You had to find supplies wherever means necessary. This increases our veils, our deceiving and invading, and affiliates us with affiliating. So, is there another one that I liked? Did anyone see one that seemed like the revolutionary one was pretty dope? So, all right, let's see. I was a revolutionary. The law offered you no protection. The engines of the state were set against that which you knew to be just. So how did we resist? With your feet and your fists. I'm going to check something real quick. High veils. I like veils because deceiving and invading, so that works. This increases the iron. You marched, and when marching wasn't enough, you fought. I like that line too. This game has a lot of really great lines to it. The skill of confronting and overcoming. With your mind, lies are the tools of tyrants. You published research to expose those lies and illuminate injustice. Increases your mirrors, investigating and deducing, and affiliates you with academ. With your art travels swiftly. It cannot be imprisoned. It cannot be hanged. Increases your hearts. Okay, so, and it associates me with Bohemia. So this actually does everything that I want. So I'm going to be a revolutionary who used my art to, like, go against the man. This fuck the establishment once again. Now I have to choose ambition. Now, okay, so for anyone watching this now, later, in between, whenever, I don't know what an in between would be. Let's not question that. I just want to say, do not pick truth. Do not pick truth on your first playthrough. They don't tell you this. Well, they kind of do. It's very demanding. It's best played by a lineage that has already completed wealth or fame. The reason for that, and I mean, just spoiler alert, fast forward like 2-3 minutes if you don't want to hear this. You have to gather a certain object. A thing comes after you. You give that thing the object. It goes away. And that's how you beat the truth. But that wasn't very spoilery, but still a little too much information in my opinion. But you get those thingies by doing the wealth and fame ones, and you need 3 of them. So it's always best if you do three captains in one playthrough to get the truth. I actually have done quite a bit on my my main playthrough that I come to and fro from, and I picked the truth, and it just things don't go great for you. So that being said, we're gonna choose. So we can choose wealth. You want a comfortable retirement, and a comfortable, you mean extravagant. Many have made their fortunes out among the stars. Many more have failed, broken and lost in the drifting night. Will you be different? To win, gather a substantial retirement fund, acquire lodgings at a hub port, and retire. Now, when you retire in this game, you get the option to like create a new captain, basically like an heir. Also, when you die. So we introduce fame. You will immortalize your exploits in the song of the sky. For centuries, people have launched themselves into the unknown in the hope of making a name for themselves. You're sure you'll succeed. After all, you never heard of anyone who didn't. Huh? After all, you never heard of anyone who didn't. But so we just gather stories of our exploits and write about them in New Winchester. So I think I'm gonna go with fame, actually. Just because, like, it seems right. A revolutionary going against the system using her art would want fame in order to change the system. So we're gonna start. I always start with, whenever you start these, I always start with no hat. I do like this level of character customization. It's interesting to me, to get to kind of pick more of a silhouette than anything else. So she's a revolutionary. We're making a revolutionary. Revolutionaries need to have their hair back. You got a lot going on. Maybe a normal brow would be nice. There we go. There we go. And then you pick outfits. Trying to pick something that's like a revolutionary artist. I think this one. No, it looks like a butler. This one right here. And then this is another really cool thing about this game, in my opinion. Oh yeah, now we can choose a hat if we want. I kind of like this one. She looks. No, that looks like a reporter. Yeah, I like that one. That looks like a, strong captain right there. Don't you guys agree? Like, strong captain features. So in this one, you get to how people address you. So we mean my lady, specialist, doctor, professor, officer, archivist, principal, administrator, secretary, intendant, nurse, comrade, brother, sister, reverend, madame, sir, comrade. Comrade would be good, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it, Emma? Do you mind if I call you Emma? It just makes it easier for me to remember. It's only spacesuit for my family. Oh, Emma, you know what's so funny about that? I do a stream kind of randomly throughout the week. It just depends. Like, I don't schedule it, but I always do a stream of 60 parsecs. So like spacesuit is the big thing in my life currently. But yes, comrade. Is only spacesuit for my family. Okay. Yeah, it's great. I call the streams "Let's Talk About Parsecs, baby." So I'm doing a couple run throughs of that. So maybe keep a lookout. I like to do late night streams sometimes, just because those are kind of fun. But I've been doing more daytime streams because I got some real life stuff going on. But sorry, back to this. I'm like geeking out over a different game with one of my new followers. Getting Parseki up in here. Can I steal that? Would you mind if I steal that? Because I might. I might do that. I might do getting Parseki up in here. That's good. That's good. I dig that. Alright, so we get terms of address. Sir, citizen. I'm not going with citizen. Captain, my lord. I think I'm going to go with comrade, like Emma suggested, because that's it's very appropriate for someone who's a revolutionary and they're out using their art to spread the word and gain fame. They are comrade. And what is their name? I'm going to go with one of my go-to names that I always start off with, Darcina. I made this name up when I was first started a game called Neverwinter Nights. And I randomized, and it was like Darina or Darina or something like that, and I added a couple, like a C and an A or a C and an I or something, and I came up with Darcina. and it's actually one of my favorite names. I rarely use it anymore in my creative writing, but Darcina actually was a writing character that I made at one point that I dearly miss. She's not for everyone, but rarely is my writing for everyone. Yes, I'm a creative writer. I'm actually working. I'm an author. I'm working on a couple books right now and a novel. Oh, that's amazing. I memoir essays are really hot right now too, so that's a really good idea. Is it on you or is it on like someone else? I've heard they're doing really well though. Like memoirs in general tend to do really well. But yeah, and check out you'll see it. It should be linked to my other stuff, but I have like a creative writing website. You can check out some of my writing there if you want. My book should be out by the end of the year, so it's not for everybody. But I also have a book of poetry and an anthology series that I'm coming out with, hopefully by March of next year. So growing up. Yeah, wow. That's really relatable. Like PM me, we'll talk sometime. Like I would like to read that essay. That I feel like that will touch a lot of people. Like good for you, Emma. Like just keep doing it. Like I'm like fully support you in this. Like I just think it's great that you're doing it and putting yourself out there with that, because it's really hard, it's really difficult to like talk about that stuff, but when we open up and we talk about it is when we can heal as people. Because like a very very dear friend of mine whom I love very dearly always says, we're all broken and we make each other whole, so by sharing those experiences, you are making other people whole. So good. That's really great. Like I just wish you best of luck in that. Geez, wow, I'm getting also teary-eyed. Like that's so great. Writing is a great outlet. Yeah, it really is. I'm part of a writing community that's very helpful. So at this point, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and take just a quick break. Let you guys look at Comrade Darcina. We might change the hair, I think. I don't know. Hold on. No, I liked it the way it was. There we go. So I'll be right back. Emma, I hope you're still here when I get back. But, I wish you the best of luck in that, and, just keep writing. Like I always tell people, just keep writing. Just keep writing. Everything is writing. All roads lead to writing. So, yeah. So I will be right back, everyone. And we're back. Okay, so right, so we have our for those tuning in, we have our revolutionary artist who's seeking fame with her work in order to exploit the man and stick it to the person. This is her right here. She goes by Comrade Darcina. So we're going to continue. So this, oh, well, I didn't have to go through all of that. I could have just told you. So you were a revolutionary. The law offered you no protection. The engines of the state were set against you, which you knew to be just. That which you knew to be just. So how did you resist? With your art. You exposed, you lampooned, you inspired those who needed it most. Your pseudonym became famous in one half of London and infamous in the other. Fame. For centuries, people have launched themselves into the unknown in hope of making a name for themselves. You're sure you'll succeed. After all, you've never heard of anyone who didn't. So here she is. We have very low iron, moderate hearts, low mirrors, and high veils. So let's start. 3 weeks have passed. This just goes over all of these. 3 weeks have passed. This morning, Captain Whitlock's received a simple memorial service. Her body was consigned to an Acropolis train bound for the serene mausoleum. Now you sit with a handful of her relatives in the threadbare offices of her solicitors. A methodical notary is reading the will. The captain was wealthy once, but squandered her capital on mysterious expenses before her expedition to the Blue Kingdom. So listen to the end. The captain's relatives, from whom she was mostly estranged, are clearly wondering why we're here. I'm here. True to her word. In a final codicil, a notary announces, Captain Whitlock confirmed the possession of the Orphean was passed to its first officer. He peers at you with dry gray eyes. This includes a certain black box contained in the Orphean's hold. The Captain's Whitlock's final request was that, at a time of your choosing, you transport said box to an address in London. He hands you an address card, and deposit it there. You are not to look inside. She gave no explanation. And that's it. You're captain now. The Orphean is yours. Captain Whitlock's legacy. You can investigate the black box at New Winchester. You could take the box to London as requested, or you could sell it and be done. You have been bequeathed a large black box which once belonged to the Captain Whitlock, and we have 100 sovereigns, which isn't very much. This is all about provisioning and hull damage, which we'll go over. So the clamoring central station of New Winchester, a place of steam and smut and thundering iron. Here you can find people willing to pay for a skilled captain's services. So here we're going to recruit. So this is where we go into to the different officers that you can, right? Steam and smut. I specialize in test driving, but I'm looking for something quieter. The driver indicates a crashed engine still smoking. Like that, without the screaming. He wants a sign-on fee of 20 sovereigns. So, but if we get the chief engineer, it increases our iron, which is very low, to 6, and your hearts by 2, and your affiliation to the establishment by 1. But it's, yeah. What's interesting, though, is the driver is never indicated whether male, female, or they, them, whatever. There's never any real genders assigned anywhere throughout any of this game, and I find it very fascinating and interesting. So this is We have him. We paid for him. Brave or fearless. The driver boards, eager to get started. I recently parted ways with the Windward Company, they explain. Personally, I think a crash a week isn't so bad. They disagreed. Oh well, live and learn. So let's see. We want to repair our locomotive. So injure. So this is the. Yeah, I didn't notice that. I thought they were always referred to as the driver, but my mind slipped. I think I'm thinking of a different character that you pick up. But there's one that they never. It's I really like whoever they are, but they're just referred to as the princess. That's what it is. Or no, maybe they call her she. I can't remember. I really can't. It's been a really long time since I played this game, but you come across characters that they definitely don't gender, which I think is just great. The engineers at the Wolversley yards claim they can repair anything, whether the damage was caused by an unfortunate collision, a point-blank salvo, or the charge of crotchety cantankerity. I hate that word. Fully repair the hull, which is 36 sovereigns. So yeah, we're going to fully repair because that's just the smartest thing to do in this situation. So now we're going to leave. The smoggy, clanking, singing, stomping, thronging, frantic heart of the Reach, an ever-expanding port of soot-smudged glass and bright steel, spilling across a drifting mist-wrapped archipelago. Its factories thunder, its engine sheds rings with hammers and hiss with steam. Locomotives chug into sidings for repair, or flare across the sky and away into the high wilderness. So we have an opportunity to learn about trading. Successful skyfarers fund their expeditions by dabbling in trade. Inquire whether there are any good trading opportunities available. Okay, so that's unlocked when we don't have trading. Visit the Promise Days, a club where seasoned captains gather to trade stories and share advice with younger skyfarers. Inquire about the war. So we're gonna go with the opportunity. A porter at the station advises you to visit the nearby pub, the Promise of Days. The talk of the seasoned captains there. They keep their ears to the ground. They know about a thing or two. So visit the Promise of Days. Which I guess we could have just done. Old pistons gleam off the walls and the shelves are crowded with mementos from across the sky. The clientele raise their voices to be heard above the comforting clamor of the adjacent engine yard. We can see this is... I do have yet to make their acquaintance. They're always happy to offer a word of advice, sometimes many words. Sorry, taking a little breather. Okay. Instructions. 4 are gathered at their usual table. The masked citizen, a libertine polymath, and pioneer of the neo-nocturnal artistic school. Wow. The bedeviled diadact, a scholar haunted by his discoveries. The plucky baroness, explorer, collector, philanthropist, and spatchcocker, Meg, who hunts monsters. All right. I like Meg. Stamp collector. Oh! Huh. Good to know. Thank you. I learned something new today, Emma. Good to know. Explorer, collector, and collector of stamps, apparently, which I guess goes hand in hand with the other two. I know. I think it's going to, because I'm not, like, I'm very close to an associate's degree, but without going into it, I've had a life filled with a lot of work, So, oh, hello. Fail better, like to show off their work. Yeah, no, I don't know. Like I guess they do. Like I think it's kind of like it's fun to read privately, but I've never tried to read it out loud, so it's kind of embarrassing. But hello, Ace. Thank you for joining. We're playing Sunless Skies today. I'm kind of going with some things I haven't done before. I have a playthrough where my captain's almost level 20, and I started with the truth and a whole big thing. But just to catch you up, we just got to London and got to New Winchester. Oh, thank you for the follow. You're so sweet. Oh my goodness. This is our Sunless Sundays that I'll be doing every Sunday for a few hours. And anyway, so we picked a revolutionary who uses her art in order to gain fame and go against the man, because fuck the man or person, whatever, whoever's trying to put authority over us, right? So that's who we're going with, and we're just at the port right now, and going through stuff. So thanks for joining us, and like I said, it really doesn't. It sounds almost lewd, right? Anyway, it's from a comedian that I saw. He cracked me up. This joke about liberal parents. But anyway, so I'm just reading through what's going on here, and we're in London, or we're in New Winchester. I don't know why I keep saying London. And you guys already know that I'm not going to get all the words right. So, if you hear one that doesn't seem right, please, bonk me and give me the phonetic way to say it. Because I do well with phonetics. Hooked on Phonics worked for me. Oh, damn, Ace. You just called it out. I didn't say it. It wasn't me. Anyway. Was it me? But hashtag you are not wrong. All right. So we've just gotten some instructions as we asked about the seasons, the season captain stuff. So 4 are gathered at the usual table. We already went through them. Of course, everything out here is jolly dangerous, says the Baroness. Few risk the skies, so news of distant ports is valuable. Collect port reports from places you visit and deliver them to Victory Hall or Company House. The more you turn in at once, the more they'll pay. Look for other opportunities along the way, advises the masked citizen. Passengers who want transport, rich men in need of bloody work, etc. You leave Roman alone. You guys, you leave him alone. And also follow his stream too, because he is bloody hilarious. I never miss a Friday. So, alright. Old pistons gleam on the walls. The shelves are crowded with mementos from across the sky. The clientele raise their voices to be heard above the comforting clamor of the adjacent engine yards. So we could find more advice. We could learn about how trades and bargains and prospects. And since he really is. Like, seriously, for real. Like, he's good dude. Like, and I don't say that often. All right. So we can ask them how to make a fortune through trade. So let's learn about trade, since I like to treat these games that I do as kind of mini walkthroughs, because I figure people watch them later and might be interested in the game. A few tips and tricks here or there, never hurt anybody. Knowing how the game works as before you go into it and as you're starting is always very helpful, I find, without getting too many spoilers. So, all right, so we're going to ask them how we can navigate gemstones from Erythra, souls to the Blue Kingdom, and raw hours to London. Do they have any tips? The didact says, fiddling with his innumerable talismans, an essential tea topic. The Meg slides you a stool, and the captain shuffles around to make room. The masked citizen buys you a drink of their own invention. It is violet and foggy. The plucky baroness gives you a brisk and encouraging grin. Ask away. So, how do we sell and buy goods? You can sell practically anything at a big trade hub like New Winchester, the Baroness answers. If you want to buy, though, you'll need to travel to more distant ports. Each specializes in a particular export. Meg spits chewing tobacco on the floor. No money in buying at market prices and selling at them, too, though. You might want to look for bargains or prospects of people offering better money. Buy cheap, sell dear. You can sell, not buy, any trade good at a major port. Lesser ports each sell a single good. You can see what port exports by selecting it on your chart. So basically, every port will have a different place that has an export that you can pick up that might be needed or requested from someone in a different port. And you can make a lot of money doing this. I've done it a lot. So this is trading opportunities, prospects. I'm trying to think. I don't want to go through all of these because it would literally take us probably a good half hour. These are, all right, here we go. We can just do this one. This is kind of an all-encompassing thing. Nepotism. I like that one. I should write about a character named Nepotism. Who never gets the job she wants. Okay. Meg laughs, a noise like a sneeze crossed with a ricochet. It ain't who you is, it's who you know, isn't it? Nepotism. She taps her broken nose. Quite, the masked citizen remarks. The wider your circles, the more adventurous the opportunities will present themselves. A wise captain makes the most of them. As your captain increases in level, your affiliations increase. Academia, Bohemia, establishment, and villainy. They will unlock new, more rewarding bargains and prospects. Affiliation shows your next captain to inherit certain resources should the unthinkable happen. And we'll decide if and when that happens, if we're going to let it happen. So we're not going to go into all of this. We've learned what we learned. Let's check our journal and make sure that I'm not... so I have to go through all of that because it hates me. There we go. I think it opened up. There we go. Finally. An opportunity. The host at Magdalene's needs an urgent delivery of seeds, paying a pretty penny, too. If I were you, I'd get to the bazaar straight away, put my mark against it. Meg grunts. Broker in Port Avon is selling cheap seeds. Chirpy chap. God knows why. His face looks like it's been pushed through a mangle. An opportunity. Port Avon lies to the north of New Winchester, and Magdalene lies to the south-southwest of New Winchester. Accept this prospect from the bazaar if you haven't already. Then buy seeds from the bazaar at Port Avon and sell them at Magdalene's. So that's our trading opportunity. So let's ask about our prospects. Oh no, this is just explaining prospects so we can get out of here. Onwards. So let's see. Here's an opportunity. The fastidious Ha! There's a $10 word for you. All right, fastidious. A fastidious inspector. Excuse me, Captain. A woman pushes through the crowds towards you. She's short and square-shouldered, in a neat black suit and polished shoes. She shows you the case of her pocket watch. It is embossed with a crown and hourglass of London's Horological Office, the body responsible for ensuring time is consistent across the empire. I'm hoping to book passage to Port Prosper, she says, slipping the watch away. I can, of course, pay. We're going to go ahead and offer her passage. So, thank you. The locomotive I was on broke down following a boiler rupture. The chief engineer's fault, I suspect. A gentleman fonder of brandy diligence. Here, an initial sum to seal our bargain. Prosper lies to the south-southwest of New Winchester. Not that there is such a thing as north, south, east, or indeed west out here. Instead, London cartographers picked 4 of the brighter, more reliable stars visible from the Empress's new palace and named them north, east, south, and west. Londoners value familiarity. So we've now got the fastidious inspector on board with us, and we've gained 50 sovereigns. So follow the ambition, the song of the sky. The song of the sky looms in your mind, an unfinished monument. Where to begin? You take advantage of a quiet moment to pull out your journal. The blank page sits before you, smug and unblemished. The horror. Doesn't every writer feel that, like, on some deep level, like the blankness is staring at you and going, I'm going to murder your soul. I'm going to reach through and kill you because you suck. But you know you don't. Like, deep down, nobody sucks. All writing is valuable. All of it. So at last, inspiration strikes. You need fresh material. That's the ticket. Go out and explore the high wilderness, gather sky stories and tales of terror to begin the song of the sky. So, let's hire some crew while we're here. Hire some turncoat crews. Aha, it's perfect for a revolutionary. Yep. Initially, the crew members are suspicious. They think you might be a journalist for the Gazette. Still, they're happy to drink on your coin. And as the night progresses, their reserve vanishes. When they arrive at your engine the next day to sign their papers, they come with headaches and nausea and the last of their things. They go to their berths, ready to make for the stars again. Alright, so we now have a full crew. So that's a full crew means that we're gonna need more rations. So let's inquire about the war real quick. The slow-burning war for the Reach forms in the backdrop of the daily life in New Winchester. Citizens wishing to keep up with the developments in the war turn to the New Gazette. It is famously the only newspaper worth reading in New Winchester, as well as the only paper that hasn't bankrupted itself. Its quality speaks for itself. So here we can check on the progress of the war, check on the reputation of different factions, and who currently controls the Reach. So we'll search the Gazette for our name, see if we can find anything. Your name does not appear in any of the tacky-focused reporting on the war. Apparently you were not considered worthy of comment. Ouch. There's no mention of you among stories about the Stovepipe's recent fortunes. You are not of interest to them. Hurtful. Let's read about the current political lay of the land. The Assembly runs New Winchester from Victory Hall and seeks to strengthen its hands in the Reach. London's proxy, the Windward Company, however, maintains a considerable presence in the Reach. Although New Winchester is still neutral ground, tensions are mounting within and without the port. So that's what we know. Can't read anything else, so we'll go back. Let's investigate the black box. Captain Whitlock left it to you in the hold of the Orphan. Her will described it only as black box, a description you consider to be an unhelpful statement. In its casket of black basalts, longer than you are tall, adorned with a single small recess that contains a keyhole. The thing must weigh almost a ton. It stands upright in the corner of the hold where the crew have pushed it out of the way. Consider what to do with it. Try to remember. Let's see. Let's examine the box. There are no carvings or inscriptions on it. The joint where the lid meets the body is too thin to admit even a knife blade. That is very thin for those watching. There are no holes by which light or air might find their way in. It is impossible to see without opening it. Even the keyhole has been engineered in such a way as to prevent peeking. The recesses with the keyhole, though, as far as you can determine, that is a more recent addition to the box. The stone has been drilled and chiseled away to create space for modern metal lock. Let's try to remember when she got it. Captain Woodlock had brought it on board just before your ill-fated expedition to the Blue Kingdom. It was empty then, you know, because you saw the lid and the box carried on board separately, then assembled in the hold. It is not empty now. It is sealed and even heavier than before. But you left for the Blue Kingdom shortly after the box was delivered and made no stops on the way. So whatever is inside the box now, Captain Whitlock found in the Blue Kingdom. Consider what to do with it. Decisions. The last request of the Captain Amelia Whitlock was for the box to be transported to a specific address in London. Alternatively, you could perhaps find someone willing to purchase it as a curiosity. And if you knew what was inside it, might be able to command a higher price. Sell it. No, we're not going to do any of that. We're going to take off finally. We can't get supplies here, I don't think. Can we? Okay, that was just a trading opportunity we picked up. So, alright, we can't pick up any supplies here. So, let's start with getting the fastidious inspector to where does she need to go again? Prosper. And that is southwest of New Winchester. So we'll want to go, that means in this game that we want to go west and then southwest, if I remember correctly. So we want to go west, and then southwest. So it should be around here, I think. We'll see. I should just be able to go whoop. Or maybe I die right away and in the stream and never play again. I gotta say, the creepiness of this game is definitely toned down by having people around. Birdie out. Find anything? Your scout returns. It has found something. What have you found? Oh, it discovered. Oh, I forgot to check out those places. Yeah, it is. Was there a shop in New Winchester? I didn't see one. I thought maybe I missed it. As previously stated, I seriously need reading glasses, Ace. Like, I am old. You're watching an old lady stream. Oh, duh. I always forget about that left-hand panel. Thank you. Oh my, I feel so silly now. Thank you very much for that. I legitimately forgot about that panel. What are my sovereigns at? Does it even say? I see nothing. Eep. Oh, there it is. Luther. Oh my gosh. I can't see. I can't see. Okay, so I have 94. That's 2 fuel, 1 supply. Should be good for now. So let's see what else. Abraham's engineering. Not that we can get any of this cool stuff yet, but we will. Victoria's Market, the Bazaar. So this is where we get prospects at. So we'll go ahead and get seeds for Magdalene's. And the Lestrium needs 5 crates of ammunition. So we'll grab that one too. We can abandon them if for some reason they don't want to be nice to us. And this is our upgrading ships. This is kind of like the mega one. I usually try. I like the moon one a lot, just because of the moon. I won't lie, but I usually try to get up to here at least. I've gotten this one before, but oh no, I'm almost up to this one on my other playthrough. But we'll upgrade those later because we only have 14 sovereigns. We got nothing. So now I am the worst driver. Oh, oops, I didn't mean to hit that. Oh, well. Alright, docking at Victory Hall. The Assembly, a coalition of independent-minded settlers, colloquially called the Tackities, gather and argue here, deliver port reports here to receive rewards, and win the Tackities' favor. Raised in the wake of the blockade of the New Winchester. Raised in the wake of the blockade of the New Winchester, this magnificence of glass and steel houses the Colonial Assembly. Here, representatives of the independent ports of the Reach gather and quarrel. The Tackities, those settlers who want independence from London, may have worked for a skyfarer. The music of democracy. Today, the chambers of Victory Hall echo with that shouting. The assembly is in session, and outraged roars descend upon the boardroom to the palatial lobby. Whoa. That broke a brain cell. Not gonna lie. Right? I don't even think you could afford a hope and a prayer, Emma. A discreet functionary escorts you from the premises before you hint or anything too juicy. You're a captain, aren't you? She inquires, once you're safely outside. If you want to be of service, bring us news from other ports. The Windward Company have spies everywhere. We need recent, accurate information of our own. So, port reports are when you go to a new port, you just write one. I'm discovering this. I want to see what my bat found, which is, it is always weird to me. These two places are factions against each other, and for some reason, they're right across from each other. They're like neighbors who hate each other. And I'm going to read this part just for you guys' benefit because I personally have no desire to side with these bitches. The local headquarters of the Windward Company, London's proxy in the Reach, deliver port reports here to receive rewards and win the company's favor. Following the uprising, the fortunes of the Windward Company fell in Winchester. Now, their modest offices occupy an ex-tinning factory in the murkier recesses of town. It continues to smell faintly of beans. Take a look around. The Wayward Company, who represents London's interest in the Reach, may have worked for a wayfarer. The frantic work of the company. The offices are cramped, typewriters ring, assistants scurry between desks, beleaguered managers struggle to make themselves heard over the bubhub. Eventually, a hurried assistant makes you a cup of tea. I'm afraid everyone's busy today. If you want to make yourself useful, we always need up-to-date reports on events beyond New Winchester. Bring them straight here, though, not to... He nods out the window towards Victory Hall, where the colonial assembly gathers. That lot. Queen and country and all that, No, not Nuh-uh. Democratically elected people fighting for no reason. Every time. Okay, so if I am right, I always think I'm going to run into this bridge, and I know I'm not, but it scares me so bad. So if I'm right, we just need to go down and around, but I might be very, very wrong. Is that the ship? Maybe we take it? Maybe. Probably not. Get that spotlight off me, fool. This is genuinely like when you don't have someone yapping in your ear over it. It's genuinely a creepy and terrifying game. I've had my heart racing several times. But, we're just starting out, so it starts out pretty light on you, to be perfectly honest. I will say the graphics are just utterly beautiful. Like, this whole world, I'm kind of in love with the entire world of... Is that a tackety, or... Youngsfound. I'm kind of a big fan of just this voidal universe, like this cosmic everything, anything, everywhere in between deal. It's just very cinematic, very beautiful, very atmospheric. That's not a good noise. The sky here is cold and watchful. Watchful? The sky is watchful. That's, terrifying. But continue. Ah! Experience from looking at stuff. It should be around here. Whoa! A stopped clock? The fastidious inspector approaches you in the galley. Captain, good day. I noticed your ship's clock had stopped. Perhaps you'd permit me to repair it? She's a little case of tools and a hopeful expression. Permit it. She gives a grateful flicker of a smile and sets to work. Soon she has to back off the clock and has spread tiny cogs across the galley table. Obscure horological tools gleam brassily among them. Everything has a place. I appreciate the opportunity to keep myself busy. Staring too long at the stars is harmful to the temperament. So she's trying to fix our thing. The fastidious inspector has a round face, brown eyes, and short, dark hair. She gives the impression of being perpetually busy. Compliment her skills. Thank you, she says, a small, embarrassed silence. The inspector is pleased. It's rather hard to tell. I know someone who takes compliments like that. Like, in real time, and it's hilarious. Like, you just want to do it just to get the reaction out of them. Inquire about the work that she does. She sniffs. She sniffs. It is of fundamental importance that 10 o'clock on the 2nd of June in one corner of the empire occurs at the same time as 10 o'clock on the 2nd of June in the opposite corner. How is an empire to function if it can't agree on what day it is? Unfortunately, the process is complicated by the fact that time is less reliable than it was. The hours trade has seen to that. Ask about the hours trade. You've heard the Empress awards her favorites with gifts of years to extend their lives, and that you can become rich mining for hours to satisfy London's hunger for them. Oh, hours have more uses than that. We use them to increase the efficiency of work worlds, to speed journeys to distant regions, to resolve overcrowding in prisons. It does make my life more difficult when time knots and stretches like wool on the loom. More difficult, but more vital. Her Majesty seized a great trove of them when she assumed the throne of hours, and even more have been found in the Reach. Miners dig them from the ground. She looks momentarily wistful. I hope someday to retire with a modest pension of years myself, to prolong the better parts of my retirement. So we'll discuss the Reach. The wide, wild frontier, a sunless domain, but impossibly verdant with gargantuan vines, cathedral-side bronze woods, and livid fungal archipelagos. It has an uncouth splendor, but I miss Albion. I miss Albion, and the steady light of the clockwork sun. These sunless reaches are so misty and quiet. She pauses. But critical, the territories here are rich with raw hours, and enough vegetation grows in them to feed the whole of London, even if some of it is in dubious shape. Let's discuss suns. What happened to the Reach's sun? And London has a man-made sun. How did Her Majesty defeat the old one? We warred and we won. It is not my area of expertise, I'm afraid. The suns made the law, they say. Now Her Majesty makes it. As for the Reach's sun, she looks through the window at the lightless, stirring mist. I don't know. Do suns grow old? Do they die of natural causes? I think that would probably be better than the alternative, wouldn't it? I'm not sure what the alternative to the other two are. Alright, have a good evening. And to you, Captain. I think I shall make a cup of tea. Okay, so again, down here. Where we want to go. I'm just waiting for something to jump out at me. Like, I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it to screech into the sun as this happens, because I'm terrified. But, well, we'll see. We'll see. Oh, you know what? Let's do it. Got him! Nice! I took a little hull damage, but that wasn't too bad. You prepare to board the buckled wreckage, poised to plunder the plunderers. Behind you, someone is humming a song of victory. To the victor, the spoils. The crew of the Marauder lie dead in the corridor, killed not by your guns, but knives and small arms fire. The only survivors is the captain, locked in the brig with a bottle of brandy. Chalk eyes stared back from every wall. Then he ran out of chalk. He began scraping them with his fingernails. Little remains of them but bloodied stumps. Seen this before, Captain, says the crew member, grasping your arm. Sky madness. Magdalens can treat it if you can be bothered to take the poor sod. All right, you know what? Yeah, we'll take him. We'll take him because I'm not I'm not gonna leave a guy dealing with fucking sky madness. Yeah. All right. So we can loot and gain cargo, or we can get repairs. Let's get cargo. A collapsed jewelry box. Ooh, we have sovereigns. Okay. So it was south and then, or west and then southwest. So in theory, Port Avon should be up here. And the cool thing about this game, as I've said a few times, is it's randomized. Like, it's not, this place is not going to be, if I started a new game, it would be in a different place that next game. So it's highly, highly dependent. I have to check the map like a lot. Whoa! You have learned from your... Oh, I leveled up. That's what that was. That scared me. Alright, let's level up. We can take a new faucet of our personality. The world is broken. Okay, so let's take a faucet. A scandal. You were the gossip of London salons, the target of blistering editorials of the Gazette. Mad, they said. Bad, they said. Dangerous to know. It increases hearts or veils or hearts and mirrors. An interlude in red and gold. You lost your mind once. They put you in a splendid hotel managed by a cheery gentleman who would determine when you could leave. This increases our mirrors and iron. Scarred. You came close that day to death. It left its mark. The liberation of night. You began to hear a secret of a secret sect or philosophy among the most extreme anarchist cells. The liberation of night. Ooh, we could get a cryptic benefactor or a moment of inspiration from this. Now these are, for those who don't know, these are these are dependent on what you've done so far. So because I talk to people, because I did certain things, I got these. Yeah. A spell in prison. A judge, Tony Face, condemned you to Newgate, the stalagtite prison of Old London. Okay, I'm going to go with this one because I like getting the cryptic benefactor or the moment of inspiration. I'm probably going to take the moment of inspiration off. Well, yeah, we'll see. Okay, so you began to hear of a secret sect or philosophy among the most anarchist cells, the liberation of night. The liberation advocated revolt, not only on earth, but in heaven. It claimed light was law and that we would only be free in the dark. When a masked fanatic tried to convert you, how did you respond? How did we respond? Your eyes were open. No one will be free until the stars, greatest of all tyrants, are shaken from their thrones. Existence itself is a chain. You sent him packing. His words smacked of religion, which, as the Reverend Kingsley said, is too often an opium dose for keeping beasts of burden patient while they're being overloaded. Yeah, I gotta tell you, I'm kind of with him on the wall. I'm like, bitch. No, that sounds like crazy religious talk. Not even cult talk. It's just like cult. But I kind of... I am doing stuff I haven't done before, so... No, I'm going to take them... I'm going to do this one. I'm going to take the moment of inspiration. So there we go. Cool. So that increased iron and hearts, which we kind of needed. So Cool. Alright, now let's keep on trying to find poor Alvin. We're almost at the end of our streaming time. We got about an hour left before I call it. So let's oh, that's a stovepipe. Let's try and kill this guy. No, he looks big. Never mind. I'm not fucking with him. Don't mind me, just heading south-southeast. See if Batsy can find anything. Just got successful expedition. Oh, that might be where we're looking for. Sometimes my directional sense sucks, and sometimes it's really quite nice. Port Prosper! This is where we're heading. Ah! Ah! Cool. Cool. It's cool. It's cool. We're cool. Crammed at the feet of a hulking crag, Port Prosper is a little London divided into an affluent West End and an impunctuous east. Queen's Cross is a busy station, crowded with engines that have arrived through the early nearby transit relay from Albion. So explore. So we're gonna deliver the fastidious inspector. She disembarks with her bag in hand and peers up the clock tower that's being raised above the station. It is tangled with scaffolding and rings with the sound of hammers and the cries of workmen. Accept your payment. The inspector will depart. Be sure that you've held any conversations with her that you wish to. You will receive food and supplies in addition to a sum of money. Ensure you have 6 spaces in your hold before accepting. I do. My hold is completely full now. So, there you go. Thank you, Captain. Here's the balance of our agreement, and as promised, a requisition order of fuel and supplies. She casts another glance at the incomplete clock tower. Given the apparent state of construction, I recommend you visit the work site. There may be an opportunity there. And thank you for the pleasant conversation, Captain. The sky can be a lonely place. You enliven it. I have included an additional sum in your remuneration as a token of my gratitude. Aw, we was friends. Okay. We are gonna take a small break. Just 5 minutes or so. Just breaking momentarily. I like to take a break every hour or so to get a drink, refresh my throat a little bit, because I do a lot of narrative-based games. For those in here, Kat, Niece, you guys don't, I just met you, like, hi, new friends. We're going to be besties. I do streams a few times a week, and tomorrow I'm actually planning a Mass Effect Monday. I don't know if you guys have any interest in first-person shooters, RPGs, but I do plan on doing the full Mass Effect playthrough a little bit at a time every Monday, because I'm going to be playing it anyway, because I just got the Legendary Edition, and how can I not? So, so that'll be tomorrow, and then every weekend I do Simmer Saturdays and Sunless Sundays. That's kind of my schedule right now, and then you normally catch me other places. So hopefully you're here in the next 5-10 minutes when I get back. If you're not, that's where to find me regularly. But let's take a minute. And we're back. Okay, so they plan to call it the Albert Clock in memory of the departed prince consort, and there's a way to go. But there's a way to go yet. The roof isn't finished, and the clock neither ticks nor bongs. You can see the fastidious inspector look among the workings with a spanner and a can of oil, showing the workmen how it's done. So ask the horse foreman what they need. Bronzewood, the foreman wheezes bluntly. I'm sorry, Bronzewood. The foreman wheezes bluntly. One consignment. They sell it at the trader's wood. And polymers aplenty, I hear. And a gourd of Courier's nectar, too. This bunch of work-shy ingrates need constant shouting at, and my voice is giving up the ghost. Some nectar should have me bellowing again like a champion. Caroline's your best bet there, or Tatiana, the flower town, will pay, like. Alright, so they will occupy space in our hold, but we know what they need. So we're going to write a port report. The factories continue to belt out smoke, while over the bridge, hopeful crowds gather around the Admiral Nelson. Lovers can be seen strolling arm in arm along the promenade at a respectful distance from their chaperones, where there was a brief protest outside the Windward Company factory, swiftly quelled. The scones at the Nelson were as good as ever, though the piquancy of the jam was less than might be desired. Alright. Oh, look at that. Its narrow streets huddle in the shadow of a great crag. Banners display the stony features of her Reverend Majesty. Wealthy West Enders strut by, exchanging polite greetings and veiled gossip, while sooty East Enders work file to the hour refining factories. Peeling posters promise fresh, wholesome lives in the reach to new arrivals, but most of the posters are years old. More newcomers arrive at Port Prosper than ever leave it. So there's a parade, the Feast of the Red Saint. Gaudy banners fly over the painted rooftops of Port Prosper. The smog of the East End is hidden away by giant posters displaying dragons in varying degrees of vivisection. Jeez, words in this game. The cramped streets are clogged with people. Wealthy West Enders promenade about the amusements, while impoverished East Enders work the stalls and huddle by the chestnut fires for warmth. A painted dragon pursued by knights is chased through the crowds to a chorus of "Ho, the riding!" So should we mingle with the West Enders? The hats, the creoline, the starch that gleams on the moustaches. You're sure you'll fit right in. Mingle with the Eastenders, lurking in the tents or manning the stalls at the side streets or scowling at the passing gentry. They seem more your level. Fraternize with everyone. Skyfarers are not limited to the rigid social structures of the Port Prosper, although neither are they beloved for it. Well, I'm a revolutionary. So I'm going to mingle with the Eastenders because, like, the downtrodden, they're like my people, right? Like, so let's mingle with the Eastenders. Oi! A wide-eyed Eastender elbows his comrade somewhere under his jacket. Who's all this, then? A crowd gathers out from the shadows. So you guys can listen to my horrible accent work. You are subjected to a number of looks that, if not quite filthy, are at least grubby. Eventually, the huddle disperses. The first Eastender extends a thin hand, blind and worn. It's a good sign you wanted to talk to us. You spend the afternoon watching vaudeville, players satirize the Red Saint and his dragon in an out-of-the-way tent, followed by a hearty supper of roast chestnuts and almost palatable ale down by the station. I am now tolerated by the impoverished Eastenders. Cheers go up from the heist's height, where a team of patriotic mountaineers has scaled the cliff and unveiled the Union Jack. But we can't go to that. Its narrow streets hurtle together. Yeah, there's nothing we can do. Cool. What's this? So we can recruit the incognito princess. Perched atop a mountain of luggage is a radiant young woman. She's an officer dressed in what an actor would wear in a fantastical romance. A tiara rests on her brow. A steady stream of commoners comes to pay homage, bowing and curtsying enthusiastically. Starlings circle a dense swarm above her. Refugees from old London are a common sight, although not in such numbers. She ignores everything and hands you papers so pristine they can only be forged. Alright, her sign-on fee is 100. So a first officer, but our mirrors go up by 6, heart by 6, and our boheme by 1. So we're gonna spend most of our money because we got all of our supplies. I am a humble first officer looking for, what's the word? When commoners do things for coin. She asks, work. That's it. She beams at you, delighted, as innocent as Gatling guns. As she steps aboard, a commoner calmly takes a spoon from his pocket and scoops out his eyes. After such radiance, all out is tawdry, he says between screams. It seems she's already forgotten about her signing on money. We now have the incognito princess. We'll ask about the Avalon Transit Relay. Lies in a cul-de-sac at the Point Prosper dock. There, locomotives can secure passage to the far-off territories of Avalon, where London sits. We'll inquire about it. A garrulous captain is delighted to have an excuse to talk. I'm happy to help, comrade. Happy to help. They point down the docks. There you are. Keep going past the port. You can't miss it. If you've got good eyes, you might even be able to see it from here. Passage ain't free, mind. You can travel first class if you have the mystery proof stamps. And you could bring a couple of barrel of hours to travel second class. It's a terrible accent. Again, terrible. I do terrible accent work, just like so the world knows. The Persimmons Chairman's Office. The offices of the Windward Company and the Port of Prosper are elegantly appointed, if antiquated. Paintings of old London adorn the walls. The Persimmons chairman has worked for ruthless captains. He sits behind the imported mahogany desk, a decanter of brandy in his left hand, and a series of neatly stacked paper reports on his right. A fire has been lit in the cavernous hearth. It is too warm. Alright. He pours the brandy into 2 glasses, then produces a ruler to measure the amounts. To business, he smiles, reveling the extensive damage to his teeth. I was a pugilist back in London. A young man's game. He stands by the window, watching the starlight bathe the slopping streets of Prosper. This place exists because of constant work, from the politicians who planned it to the pioneers who built it, to the soldiers who even today defend it from the Tacites. We have need of more such work. Bring me nameplates of Tackety engines. We keep list. You will be rewarded. I'm going to decline because I'm not taking the Tackety side in this. The Persimmons Oh, Chairman sighs as though used to disappointment. He allows you to finish your brandy before her voice ringing a little bell. Before ringing a little bell, his secretary escorts you out. My door, the chairman says as you leave, is always open. Offer transport to settlers. Would-be pioneers clamor at the station eater to make their fortune among the stars. One way to Lustrium, thank you kindly, my love. I think it's finally next time to see the real frontier. You wipe your hands on your trousers after shaking his disquietingly sweaty hand. This is it, isn't it? Leaving the safety of Port Prosper, really going out into the world? Aha! Here we go then. Alright, so we're taking him to Lustrium. Oh, you can only take one at a time, I forgot. Explore Port Prosper, we've already done that. Let's go to the bazaar. Wait, am I being punked? They need a cloister of nectar, but right now they have it in the bazaar. That is funny. Yeah. Okay, so, alright, let's take a look at our quest panel, our journal, see what we're doing. So, the Sky Madden captain needs to go to Magdalen's. We know where Magdalen's is. That's completed. That's completed. So... Alright, here it is. So Magdalen lies to the southwest of New Winchester. So it actually should be around Port Prosper. I think that's where I was actually looking for before. Southwest. So it should be around here. So if it's southwest, was that the wording? Because it matters in this. So it should be like right around here. Okay. That's the relay, but we don't... Alright. Our scout found a few things. Nope, that is a wall, sir. Okay. Well, you have a great day, and thank you for following me, and thank you for viewing for a while. It was great to have you. Thanks, Emma. Enjoy time with your waifu. Oh my goodness. We're doing pretty good though. You know what? Let's try to take this guy. Ah! Oh man! Oh man! I made mistakes. Oh, I made so many mistakes. Oh, mistakes have been made. I'm a terrible shot. Oh no! Mistakes have been made. We're gonna resume from the last autosave because I was just being an idiot there. Like, there was no reason for that. Yeah, I know. I decided to just go back to this because it just seemed silly because I was just being a lunatic. I knew better. Look, I knew. Okay, I knew. Also, now I need to go this way though, so that's helpful. Also, to not try and take on those things, maybe. Maybe I learned something from this whole experience. That's what you get for trying something new. Mad Mercy's claim. Why was Mercy mad? Something to crave. That's what those lips mean. Which, I don't know, you guys have seen the lip prints all over mine, so you know I often like things to crave. Oh, fuck that! No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Oh, how many fucking times can you say no? Oh my god, get that fucking thing away from me. Fuck off. Whatever that something to crave was, I did not crave it at all. I ain't going down like that. It is not going down that way. The wreckage gleams with frost. The windows are dark. The engine silent. Perhaps something of value lies within. We're going to take some of her plating. We're just going to strip it for repairs. It's just the smartest move. So this might be actually what we're looking for. Magdalene's. Magdalene's is the place where you get your sanity back. I should start talking really quietly when I do this stream. You know, real silent. Yeah, right. Like I can be silent for long. I'm loud. I can't help it, okay? Don't make fun of me. The War of Fossils. When settlers arrived in the Reach, miners flocked to this frozen rock, lured by the promise of hours stored in its core. An eruption of cantankerity has left it in its current mangled state. A makeshift graveyard stands at the lip of the rock, a memorial and a warning. Pay your respects. Lanterns doused by a sleek mark that ramshackles grave, relighting them would commemorate the dead, but might disturb any cantankerite that slumber there. Or we can leave. Oh, that's what you get for being a good person. You get success, and your terror lowers. And we have some of the Tackety's gratitude. Yay! You're able to dig out a dozen or more lanterns from the muddy sleets. You find tinder to light them and rope to lash them to the wooden posts that mark the graves. Some of the posts are marked with black crosses, indicating a member of the Windward Corps of Overmen and shot fires. A stoker sings a brief and dirge-like hymn. Okay, so we're gonna leave. We're not gonna do anything else. It looks like there are supplies here, but I don't know that we can actually get anything from them. Oh, maybe we have Oh, we got a China. We were already here. Oh, no. I don't want to mess with those right now. I really do not. Map. Oh, I bypassed the place that I was looking for. This is, you need the mining tool for this, which we'll get eventually. You know, possibly. This game can take a while. But that's the journey we're on together. Right, guys? It's just a journey together into unknown space and fear. It is huge, and I actually plan to try to do like 100% run. Like, I want to go through everything, and I'm just gonna do it every Sunday. Just lazy Sundays. You know, I try to keep my streams at about 3 hours, but I think I might keep going with this one today, just because this game is so narrative based. But I also have some other things that I want to do today, so we'll see. Oh, it was nothing but gems. Damn it. I went in a circle. Oh my god, just stop and ask for directions. I have, like, explored the entire southwest, and I don't... What did you discover? A grave? Let's go towards the grave. Oh, another shipwreck. We're gonna mourn the dead. The wreck gleams with frost. The engine is silent. Perhaps something of value lies there. We're just gonna mourn the dead. We're gonna be good people. Oh shit! Motherfucker, really? Really? You want to play me that way? I'm trying to be a good person, and this is what you do? This is what you do to good people. This is who you are. Yeah. That's on you. That's on you. That's on you. Son of a bitch. I did not appreciate that. Oh, we're just gonna repair our hull. Like, fuck these people. We're stripping their place to fix our shit because fuck them. That's why. That pissed me off. I was like, oh, mourn the dead. We're good people. And then they're like, hey, by the way, ambush because we're bad people. Yeah, there's a lot of reading to this, Roman. There really is. I don't know, like, be perfectly frank with me, guys. Is it getting boring listening to all this narrative? Or, like, is it interesting? Should I keep going longer than my usual 3 hours that I try to stick with my streams? Or should I, like, you know, chill out? Oh, do I sound like I'm starting to lose my voice? Okay, so this is a wonder. These are kind of cool. When you're around these, your terror level falls. If this gets too high, you get really high nightmares, and then you fill up these bars, and then you go insane. So we're gonna chill out right here for a minute, get our terror at appropriate levels. So, fuck this fucking place. Okay, sorry. I'm so mad. I cannot find where I'm supposed to go, but it's fine. It's the effing journey, I guess. It'd be nice if I could find a port so that I do not die. What did you just... It's up here. There's something up here. By then it's too late. It is done. Just like that. It is done. A dead end. Lovely. I do not like that noise. I do not like that noise at all. Well, I never shut the hell up, so I already have a gravelly voice as is, dude. Just like being 150 with you on that one. Why won't my bat go out? There it goes. Oh, it found nothing and it's cold. Well, I'm sorry. We're all having issues. We can't do this until we have the glass, but we know it's there at least. I mean, honestly, Roman, name one time that you've ever been able to shut me the fuck up. Like, ever. So, like, do you think my voice ever stops? Ever? Really? I mean, like, just in general. Shh. Shut up. Maybe briefly. So we found a place a little closer by. I think it might be a port. I hope it's a port. I need it to be a port. There's something creepy over there that we're just gonna go ahead and avoid. No, this is nothing good. So we're just gonna turn it all around. Got to feel percussion. Oh, let's make sure we have our officers assigned. Yep. The driver has no tolerance for uneventful voyages. When not on duty, they stare through the stained glass window as if willing excitement to ride on the wave of disaster. When they take the wheel, the rest of the crew grip the nearest available supports and whisper quiet prayers to various gods. Gamble with the innocuous driver. Incautious driver. Rumors not intended for your ears suggest the driver is running an illicit poker game in the hold. Yeah, let's do it. Let's gamble. You enter the hold and find the game well underway. The driver sits cross-legged in front of a pile of freshly won sovereigns and 3 newly impoverished members of the crew. A stoker angrily throws an expensive-looking watch into the pile of winnings and departs in a fury. The driver looks up. Comrade, take care to make a wager. The driver deals the cards. Between the players, the cook and the crewman, whose names you can't place at the moment, watch each other with barely disguised suspicion. Behind you, a small crowd gathers to see their captain's coin. There's a 16% chance of success. Yeah, it is. Like, that's kind of what I was going for, Ace, and I hope... I mentioned earlier I have like a perpetually gravelly voice, so I really hope that I'm able to bring some of that spooky calm. I'm kind of a little bit of a jokester, so it doesn't really help. Alright. Oh, failure, of course, because it's 16%. I lost money. You throw your cards down, not expecting to win. You are not disappointed. The driver barely even looks at their cards before going all in, claiming the pot, with nothing more than a pair of aces. The other players glare sullenly, regretting their hesitation. I hear you used to be a test driver, says the quartermaster. The driver nods. You never have thought it. As a child, I loved my trains, very ordered. A safe little space where they could go round and round and nothing could go wrong. It was only after the crash that I realized I needed more. I suppose surviving that taught me that there was more to living than simply being alive. Another round? Oh, thank you. I expect a compliment. Thanks, Ace. You know what? We're gonna play. I'm gonna play him again. I'm gonna do it again. No. You throw your cards down, not expecting to win. You're not disappointed. He bets everything on a single pair. The cook claims the pot. Wait, you're a stain rod, as in a letter beater and stain rod, demands the crewman, and you're still taking coins out of our pockets? The driver shrugs. Black sheep of the family. We don't talk much, not since the accident. Mother didn't approve of my new career, and father, he's Well, anyway, while they shuffle the cards, smiling with confidence, never bet what you can't afford to lose. They're fae. They have to be a fairy. Because that's like a rule. Like, never give what you can't afford to lose. And that's enough of that. I'm gonna go ahead and the remaining crew around the circle relax as you stand to leave. The driver shuffles the cards, ready to begin the next round. I'll let the game continue. I'm not a spoils sport. The driver nods to you, idly scratching an ear. Just for a moment, you spot something green winding around their finger. We're learning more about the incautious driver. The driver has no a secondment. Listen to the driver's suggestion. Recently, they've been roaming the corridors of your engine, whistling and getting in the way. Is there something they want? The driver blinks. Can't keep anything from you, I see. I've been feeling a bit on edge. Would like to make myself useful if I can. There's races at the Royal Society. Maybe we could go there and you could drop me off for a bit. I could make us both a bit of money. They take out a coin and flip it in the air. It comes down on heads. Just a thought, anyway. The driver will join the Rochester Club to take part in races and generate winnings for you while on secondment. And secondment is when they're in other places, but they're able to generate things for you when you go and visit them. So once we get another engineer, we'll be able to drop the incautious driver off. But until then, we're going to talk to our. We can't even talk to her until we have a side story. So we'll just move on. Hopefully this is a port because I'm running out of supplies. This is kind of like one of the aspects of this game that's kind of like hair-tearingly hard. Or not hard, but scary for me. Is like I'm just sitting here watching my fuel and supplies deplete and like trying to remember, oh yeah, I need to make sure I have more of this than that. And like it's just like it's so stressful. Oh, a port. We found a port. I don't even care which one. The Garden of Insatiable Roses. Oh, and actually, I forgot, if you go around Carrion, there's different areas that you locate. Well, if you go around any area, you just circle it, and you'll find... I might have already found them all. This is like a whole little town. Ow! I'm fine. I'm cool. I meant to do that. That was intentional. Okay, so we didn't find anything else. I was really close to getting a level, so... Ooh. Oh, sweet, merciful save point. It saves every time you dock when you play in the mode I'm in. The Carillon Center. This peaceful Carmine Institute was founded by devils from London and dedicated to the betterment of the soul. Brotheridge's Tour of Heaven describes it as a cross between a spa, a sanatorium, and purgatory. She commends its bracing airs. So we'll enter the foyer and we'll write a port report. You take some notes of the pilgrim's journey through Carillon. The first port is the first port of call is the beehive-shaped office in the center, or more accurately, the long queue leading into it. From there, the infernal attendants direct them to one of Curleon's 7 gardens to undergo penances. They certainly look penitent by the time they emerge. Presumably, their souls are much improved, not that you can tell. We got our report. We'll go speak to the Presiding Devilist. The Presiding Devilist works in an office shaped like a beehive, a stone and wickerwork building that stands all alone in the middle of Curleon's central courtyard. She conducts intake interviews with new patients one by one. After a long time in line, you reach her at last. Greetings, comrade. How may we stretch, strain, purify, and strengthen you now that you've come to Curleon? Her apron is starched, her dress pinstriped. There is a stack of patient files on her desk, color-coded. The corners of her mouth say she knows something of your disadvantage. Ask her about Curleon. I cannot say that. We do whatever is necessary to reclaim unsatisfactory souls, she says. She sits back in her chair, and you can imagine her making just such a pitch of the princes of hell. For humans, primarily, although we do attend a few other creatures elsewhere in the great chain, they come to us with souls that are stained, disused, in every kind of sordid condition, and we make them acceptable again. Most of those who come to us are volunteers. The rest are beyond the position of being able to volunteer, consigned to Curleon by their families or employers. So we are now an initiate here. And after the stay at Curleon, what then? What does one do after they leave? Most people go home. Again, she says, some find that they are wary of their souls and pass them on to us. We operate on the slender profit, and on that we can get from donations or from sales of penance and forgiveness. Oh, so I'm saying it right. Thank you, Ace. I appreciate that. I really do. She looks at the blank page before her. But what about you? You look sturdy enough to make full use of our services. Are you afraid of needles? What is your view of worms? Which do you fear more, venoms or poisons? She takes down a page or two on all your least favorite things. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Listen to the proposal and gain access to the Terrances. Listen, she says. You're free to make use of Curleon. Take a penance or two. Alter your soul. I think you'll find our services very imaginative. There's another matter I hope you'll look into. A devil in rose-colored gloves. He used to supervise the Gaslight Terrace. He was removed from that position, but I fear he may still not be entirely aligned with the objectives of the Curleon. If you find out anything about him, anything to his disadvantage, she looks grim. Bring me the evidence and I will reward you. We'll go back to the center. Oh, we need this. Oh, we need this, but we don't have enough money. Maybe. I don't want to sell our supplies. But I think I can get back to Prosper in time. Oh no, but I have to sell too many. Okay, very well. Well, I don't have any money anyway, so it doesn't matter. Alright, so we'll go around and down because it's all I can think of where Magdalene's would be, and I really want to get the Sky Maddened dude off off my stuff. Probably gonna have to stop using baddie as much. Oh no, a change of heart. What is this? The settler emerges from his cabin, a suitcase clutched in his hands. I've had time to think, and I have to admit, I can't do it. I don't want to go, but it's warm here, and everyone's been so kind. May I stay on? I don't have any room for him to stay on, but I will... He's just being silly. His smile widens. He blinks several times. Of course. So much to think about. So much to do. I'll be in my cabin where it's safe. So we're going to have to just drop him. I'd take him on. I would. But I have a full crew. So it seems like I can't. The game literally will not let me. Oh my god. Supplies. Oh. You know what? If that hits me, I'm going to be pissed. Should we explore the cabin or raid the safe? Gain sovereigns. We need sovereigns. Ooh, 21. Don't attack me. I saved your life. Oh my god, I saved your life. What is your problem? Shh. He's just rude. Just rude. Like, I was literally helping him. And he was like, by the way, fuck you. Everything you love. And I'm going to kill you. This game is so beautifully atmospheric. I bob and weave a lot. I'm not very good at combat. With the hull. An uncanny specimen. It's interesting. I'm just trying to find fucking Magdalens. Why is this so hard? Because this game is hard. Unfortunately, I forgot you can burn supplies for fuel, but not fuel for supplies. So I just hope the crew doesn't start eating each other, because this is the kind of game. I've never had that happen, but I'm just saying it could happen. And I'm not willing or wanting really to resort to cannibalism. So there's that. I need to find Magdalens. Follows. You think so? I wasn't. Maybe. I've discovered so many ports. I don't know. Like, I thought maybe it was more south. We can get some supplies from this place. We'll mourn the dead. Keeps our fear in check, and God knows we're terrified. It's gotta be somewhere down here. Like, I've explored this entire quadrant. Oh, Magdalens, I was right. And I think I'm gonna level up when I pull in. Why hasn't it discovered it, though? Whatever. Ow! The House of Small Comfort. So we can treat our nightmares and terror here, which we don't have to do anything. Deliver the Sky Madden Captain. The nurse brings in a stretcher to carry the Sky Madden Captain from your train. He'll receive the care of Magdalen's finest, at least Magdalen's finest with a sense of charity, given that he has nothing for him to pay. So I now have a vision of the skies, I got experience, and he's no longer on board, which is really all I care about. Let's meet the amenable host. An attendant escorts you through dazzling violet corridors. The host's red door is always open. The attendant leaves you just as the clock begins to chime. A sparkling amenable host reclines in his couch of crushed velvet, a goblet of sparkling wine in his long fingers. Somewhere in the tower above him, a great clock ticks away. That's the ticking we're hearing. I thought I was losing my damn mind. As a policy, the host's atrium is always open to guests. He is available to hear opinions, friendly criticisms, and suggestions. Today he has a headache. Oh. I'm going to listen to his request, because he has a headache. His voice is soft and sibilant, like butter melting in candlelight. A guest has become rather too attached to a particular attendant. He always requests that the same attendant appear in the exact same guise. The amenable host's lip curl in distaste. He reiterates the aim of Magdalen's, a place of healing and respite. It is not meant to feed obsession or self-indulgent self-loathing. This guest brings sickness. I would have him purged. I have a dossier of our guests if you're interested in helping. Alright, I'll help. I'll take the dossier. I'm so glad that you helped. He produces thin silver pages and passes them to you. I'd recommend taking on the role of one of our attendants. That way you'll be playing the role of someone significant to him. The amenable host sighs, searching for his goblet. He knows all of our attendants by voice now. Someone new is needed. So, I'm going to write the port report. Magdalen's is abuzz with activity. Barely has the clock chimed with a glamour goes up at the front desk. Guests rushing to and from appointments. Lord Blank has seen in conversation with the amenable host, and the East Wing was closed for general access all day. A certain distinguishable admiral is seen with his second-in-command entering one of the chambers of regret. Several guests succumbed to an excess of sentimentality and were forcibly removed. Wow. How do you plan to deal with him? A treatment chamber has been emptied for you. You should wish to adopt a guise from his past. Alternatively, he is standing right there. He does not seem to have noticed you, his eyes instead boring through the doors of the treatment room. I'm going to disguise myself as his lover. Yeah. Lieutenant daubs your lips the correct shade and finishes coloring your eyes. He likes him to be jovial. He cannot bear him to be sad. This provides correct when the lecherous guest appears. You weep, you lie, you dwindle. You are unhappy here. You're doing this. By the end, you are both in tears. Neither of you will be returning again here as you are. Let's see. Black Emerald. Thank you. So we're going to see the amenable host. Let him know that he is gone. The amenable host smiles beautifully. Of course, my staff will be pleased. It is a risk to our trade when our clients can no longer separate identity and illusion, but seldom pleasant. He sighs deeply, echoing around the chamber like a newly freed dove. It is a trap any of us could fall into. His face darkens briefly. Here, take this. He fishes around beneath his couch for one of his goblets. It'll fetch a pretty price. Take it with my thanks, and do visit us again. Alright, so we're going to speak to an attendant. An attendant in the foyer schedules appointments with the aid of a hefty daybook and a very accurate clock. They are eager to explain the procedures and rules that govern here. This is a hospital for the spirit. Our staff will become the person you need. Here you may say farewell to a doomed comrade, resurrect an old love, spar with a defeated enemy, all for a fair price. We do not overindulge. Our services are to heal, not to become an addiction. Talk to some patients being discharged. A set of attendants guide a frail old woman out from the chamber doors. Tears line her wrinkled face. So nice to see everyone again, for the first time since the tomb colonies. She rummages in her bag and produces a set of figs. Take these for Gladys. I know I shouldn't, but last time I heard her belly rumbling from something rotten. Almost spoiled the scene. Okay, so we can move on. Let's look at the shops. What do they have in the bazaar? Oh, they have verdant seeds here, which we need. Oh no, they want verdant seeds. I got it backwards. But we do need supplies. That is required. I'm hesitant to spend all my money on supplies, but I need them, so just gonna be how it goes down. And let's see, we could take a faucet. What do we have here? We've got this, when they glow, oh yeah, that's just my slide. August Avenues. You spent your youth in stuffy sitting rooms and chandeliered parlors. Hush! And you can still hear the delicate sounds of silver spoons on china cups. Yeah. No, I don't think so. We want something that's going to increase our... What is it called? Whatever the I one is. Let's see. You spent much of your youth in the hard end of London, and where the gas lamps are scarce. Gas lamps are scarce. The prospects bleak, and the people fainty. This is a scandal. This is the one from before. The gossip of London salons. The target of listing editorials in the Gazette. Mad, they said. Bad, they said. Dangerous to know. This is... We were condemned. This one's new. Below stairs. The comforts of every well-to-do household rely upon the scurrying, grinding work of its servants. You know this firsthand. But why do I know this firsthand? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a scandal. Something like, I was bad. I was mad. That's me. You are the gossip of London salons and the target of blistering editorials in the Gazette. Mad, they said. Bad, they said. Dangerous to know. What was the incident that exposed you to the buffeting winds of public opinion? A torrid affair, secret letters, warm and yearning, furtive assignations where desires, among other things, could be unlaced. The reports were salacious. A parade of debauchery. Absinthe, wantonness, more absinthe, brawling, gambling, blasphemy, slander, absinthe and prisoner honey alone, prisoner honey and company. Is there a vice you haven't explored? It's possible. There are only so many hours in the day. I like the torrid affair from a narrative perspective, but I kind of need the eye. So I'm going to go a parade of debauchery. I've just been a debaucherous, rebel. That's me. Debaucherous little rebel. Okay, so, So, fun fact, pull out of port, you pull into port, and you save. It's just my neurotic way of doing it. Okay, so that has been our stream today. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I have appreciated every moment. It has been fun and exciting and a great 3 hours to just go through this really fun, spooky, narrative-based game. I'll probably be doing this every Sundays. I'll try not to miss. I'm enjoying twitching. Streaming's fun. My friends were not wrong. I'll probably keep doing it. So tomorrow might be Mass Effect. I don't know yet. That's kind of loosely planned, but I always stream on Tuesdays for sure. So I will see you guys on Tuesday and hopefully Monday if I have the energy. Take care of yourselves and each other. Thanks for flying with the Wyld Raven, and you guys have a wonderful and brilliant day, and